Welcome to Grace Force YouTube. Maybe you've heard these stories about gold miners in California, like 1849, and they get a claim and they dig for months, blasting, chiseling, hammering through hard rock. Every day, nothing. Other people around them are finding gold. They have nothing. Finally, they decide to give up. It's not worth it. Sell the claim to someone else. And the new people dig for another inch. And they break through and there's gold. And they're crazy rich. How do you know when it's time to give up and let it go? This is not going to happen. And when you're 1 inch away from finding gold. And if you can just hang in for one more day, you might strike gold. So that's my idea today. Hang in for one more day. We just came back from 2 weeks in the Philippines. The first week we had challenges. Yes, we did. Technology, whatever. But we got to the end and the stadium was full of people and we baptized 410 people in the pool. So we fell in love with a group of people. We're feeling good. Drive 5 hours to the next place. Walk in that night to a church. There's maybe 500 people there. And the first 300 in front were children. I said, what happened here? I love children. I want children to know Jesus. We go to schools and preach to children. But I didn't know, and I did not bring children sermons to preach to that audience. We had a new series that I had worked weeks and months on. All the music, everything is geared around these messages. I was wrestling with big ideas and with truth. Yes, I had some dramas and stories, and we had a triumphal entry parade with palm branches, and we had a fake wedding. We had some things that might hold on to kids. But I was overall preaching to people ready to think and look at evidence. By Wednesday night, I was ready to quit. I should have cut a few more minutes out of the message to make it a little shorter. And I was angry at myself that I hadn't had the courage and discipline to do it. And I could tell I just wasn't in rhythm and in sync with all those 300 wiggling kids in the front few rows. And I just wanted to quit and just go home. And I called my wife and I said, if I had somebody offer me a ticket to just go home, I'd have probably done it. Let someone else preach to these kids. But I didn't quit. I had brought a whole costume, expensive costume, from the lady who makes costumes for The Chosen. And we turned down the lights and I did a drama on Peter denying Jesus and then preaching to 3,000 people. And everybody told me it was great and it worked and everybody wanted to take pictures with me in their costume. So I felt a little better. And Friday night I preached my heart out. I told every story about the cross that I knew. I had a whip that looks just like what they used to whip Jesus. I had a crown of thorns. I had some nails that looked like those nails. And we had a cross there and we sang our best cross songs. And 150 people came forward. Yes, many of them children. So I was glad that I hung in for one more day. But then the gold. Afterward, the musicians were over here practicing. It was an empty church. There was a pretty young Filipino girl sitting in the next pew, clearly waiting for somebody. And something said to me, talk to her. So that's what I do. I said, who are you? And to boil it down quickly, she was an Adventist. Yes, I don't know if she was new. I'm not sure about that. But she had a new legal husband. They'd had a legal ceremony. And he was going to get baptized tomorrow. And then they would now be able to have a church wedding because they'd both be in the same church. She decided to be rebaptized with him. He had been listening to the sermons online because he couldn't come every night. His family had been watching. They all liked it. They all agreed with the message. It had helped them a lot, they said. We were doing a series on the last 7 days of Jesus. And the next morning, there they were. There was the new husband. Smiled, they're excited. His mother was there. And then I had my own little 2 minutes with them, the three of us. I said, let me pray for you. Prayed my heart out for that young couple. And they got in the water with 300 other people and came out just beaming, baptized followers of Jesus. She sent me an email this week. Doesn't get much better than that. All because I hung in another day. I didn't quit. I was an inch away from finding gold because I hung in for one more day. I don't know what you're going through. And there are times when, yes, you have to just say, this is a dry hole. This is not going to work. This relationship isn't going anywhere. This business isn't going to make it. Whatever it is, there are times for that. But there are other times when God wants you to have a little grit and to say, I am not giving up on this. This is of God. This is right. This needs to happen. And we're going to find a way. And maybe you're an inch away from gold. And God is going to do something special for you. I hope you'll find gold. Hang in for another day. God bless you. So we'd love it if you enjoy what we have made. If you can like it and forward it on to other people, and we'll build the ministry on social media. Grace Forth YouTube. God bless.